Serious sports talk with a serious fan. We're the Sports Journey Broadcast Network.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Capital Punishment. We're here at Green Turtle, Arlington, 900 North Glebe Street. It's a beautiful place. Got about 800 TVs in here. You can watch anything you want to, from badminton to baseball to football. It's really great, man. So if you in the area want to come down, check us out. Got my boy Kedric Golston in the house along with Lake Lewis. Just come down. Nats fans, Redskins fans. We got VTech fans in the house tonight.
Definitely representing.
So just come down and we got all the games on the TV. It's going to be a great time, great show. It's a lot of beautiful people in here, great food. Already got some. My boy Cat was working on that blue cheeseburger.
Yeah,
I wanted some of that.
Not only one, but two of them. Blue cheese, and I customize it a little bit, put a little bacon on top of it. That's how I do things. But phenomenal. And then cut it, finish it off with a little Caesar salad. But, big shout outs to Green Turtle here in Arlington. Food's phenomenal, great atmosphere, like Zoe said. And, it's football season. You can smell it in the air. I knew we was, in Virginia. Well, in Virginia, and you got University of Virginia, but these Virginia Tech folks are out in full force.
They come on a little bit later. So
Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech. So of course I'm rooting for Virginia Tech.
Are you?
Man, I hate Georgia Tech.
Georgia
Bulldog myself.
You got the Tech orange one.
Okay, that makes sense.
Did he get the promo?
It's
God's plan.
Daryl Tapp. They think it's Daryl Tapp is in the building.
We do got one of our boys that played at VTech.
You got two of them.
Yeah.
Well, we got Sean Glennon that's here now.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Quarterback
MVP 2007 game.
Have him on a little later. He also played in the Pros versus Joes game with us.
Oh, yeah.
D. Hall, Will Montgomery, Josh Morgan.
Yeah.
Hokies are representing strong on the Redskins.
We've always had about 3 or 4 of them guys.
Yeah. They have
a great program.
Big fan base. They come out and support. The building that we're in right now is one of the satellite campus.
Yep.
Oh, is it?
It makes sense.
Okay.
They just came from down here.
Right.
So.
This came downstairs, got on the elevator, huh?
Oh, yeah. So.
But I got to add, last time I played VTech, I beat them. Inside Bowl.
Last time
2003.
Last time Georgia played them.
San Diego?
Arizona.
So they had to go out west.
It was a nice.
It was a vacation for VTech.
We beat them in the Georgia
Dome. It was there a whole week. So don't try to put that on there.
I'm not. I'm still going to bring that up.
Got a lot of respect for that program.
Yeah,
Coach
they do a great job year in and year out. They definitely one of the contenders. So we'll get back to them later and talk a little bit about them. But this NFL season is here.
It's upon us. It's upon us. That's we've been gone for a few weeks here. We weren't taking a vacation. We were actually in training camp preseason.
Our day jobs.
Doing our day jobs. But it's here. You can
this
smell
is my day job.
Well, you can smell the football in the air. I like to think about.
So where you been?
Let me before we start, let me just say this. Where have I been? For everybody out there right now, just to let you know, starting next week, next Monday, right here from Green Turtle in Arlington or Boston, as they call it, with Capital Punishment. We want to let everybody know that you're going to get a new experience here on Sports Journey. We're calling it Sports Journey TV. And we're excited about what you're going to get next week. So we have another show this week. On Wednesday, we'll be out in Sterling.
Okay.
Dulles Town Center, Green Turtle. We're with the Green Turtle brand now. So we'll have some other Skins players coming out, some other pro players as well.
Definitely.
And then starting next Tuesday, Green Turtle again, Albany, Maryland. So we're going to have Green Turtle Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right here on the Sports Journey Broadcast Network. So that's where I've been.
Oh, that's what you've been doing.
Putting
deals together.
Making deals.
Oh, yeah. We got a presenting coming up real soon that we're excited about. So, anyway, enough of all that. But I also want to let everyone know, I know we started, 15 minutes late tonight. That's not going to be the normal occurrence this year. We just want to let you know that. So, we can't because the satellite will boot us off.
Right.
So, starting next week, folks, again, new experience here at Sports Journey. And I also want to thank these guys because – let's face it, NFL season's here. You guys don't get one of the there's no easy game in the NFL, but especially where you're playing against New Orleans and knowing with everything they're going through, coming through another tropical storm, the coaches being, basically eliminated for the year. they're going to be a buzzsaw down there. The fans are going to be ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
So
I
this
can't
is time.
wait. That's the best games I like going into play is when it's you against the world. You know, going down there in the dirty, you know, New Orleans. I love going down there. I've been down a couple of times. But their stadium be rocking from, you know, start to finish, a lot of crowd noise.
And you're going in there with a rookie.
And that doesn't even matter. I'm not worried about Rob. See, we got 52 other players that's playing with him. That's what people fail to realize.
Yeah,
it ain't just Rob.
It's not RG3 versus the Saints.
Right, exactly. We got some other hitters out there that's going to be laying down the wood on the defense and the special teams. His offensive line and receivers are looking real good. And as long as we have a great week of practice, I have no doubt in my mind that we'll be able to go down there and be very competitive. And come out with a win. I mean, that's what we're going down there for. It's a business trip. Go down there, do what we have to do, and get a W. They have a great offense, and obviously Drew Brees commanding that offense. He's probably one of the top 3 quarterbacks you can say.
Arguably,
some people can say
number
one, you know. And you got D Sproles. He got all these weapons. But if we go out there and execute what we got to do, I mean, I think we got one of the best front sevens. Get after him, you know, make him uncomfortable. I mean, that's kind of the deal with any quarterback. If you can try to make him uncomfortable, then you have a chance. And not giving up the big play. That's the Saints live on the big play. Sproles, the receivers, you know, if we can just play good, solid defense, you know, make the plays that they give us, and just play hard-nosed football, make them not want it anymore, I think we'd be fine.
Yeah, you know, we have just the fan base this year, I think, has been, for the first time in a long time, it's electric. I mean, it's electric. I know you guys are going to say it's like that every year, but I really sense that this year fans are like, if you guys don't come down the stretch, let's just say we get into December and you guys aren't playing to literally be in the playoffs, there are going to be a lot of disappointed fans here because you guys have the talent on the team.
I think people are disappointed every year. I mean, we're disappointed as players. I think that the exciting thing about it is it's year 3 under Mike Shanahan.
Right.
I've been here this is my 7th year. You know, we've had different coaches, different coordinators, things. We have the same coordinators, the same head coach in place for 3 years. And that's something to be excited about. Now guys aren't thinking anymore about what they need to do. They're just literally reacting out there. The depth is phenomenal. Coach Shanahan, Bruce Allen, Mr. Snyder have done a great job getting the players in that where if the starter's out, the backup is just as good. And that's what you need to go through an NFL season, and that's what I think is exciting about going to play New Orleans because we're going to play one of the best teams in the NFL.
Yeah, you know, you think about the depth and where you are now, where you were from last year. Every year he's running new players, every year. But just the fact that we sit here with 2 guys that, you know, I wanted to make sure I mentioned this during tonight's show. Anthony Armstrong, Terrence Austin, those are friends. You know, we're all family definitely here, but those guys are like little brothers to me, and they've moved on in their careers. We wish them the best as well. But just to see those 2 guys go who are just not just good people, but they were really good football players.
I think that speaks to the depth on our football team. You're talking about Anthony a couple years ago that led the NFL per catch at over 25 yards a catch. Mm-hmm. And T.A., which, you know, made plays when he was put out there, and letting those guys go wasn't the easiest decision for the coaching staff. And I know they, you know, spent long hours debating who they was going to keep and things like that. But that's just how deep this team is, and that doesn't get you anything.
No,
talent doesn't win you anything. Like Zoe said, we got to put the work in throughout the week. We got to go down there and prepare each and every day to go down there and win a football game, and that just gives you a chance to win. And we got to go out there. It's not the best team that wins on Sunday. It's the team that plays the best.
Yeah, you know, I think overall, let's look across. Wide receivers, you can obviously say, you look at Pierre Garçon coming in, Josh Morgan, Leonard Hankerson should be healthy. Right. Santana's, you know, come in great shape, the ultimate professional. I think that there's pieces that you haven't seen here in a long time. And then on top of that, you look at just the quarterback play. You have 2 rookies that have been playing extremely well. Naturally, you look at the running back positions, another player, Tim Hightower. You release the ultimate professional like that says a lot for Evan, for Roy, and for Alfred. So
Alfred Morris.
I think offensively, is it safe to say that what we saw in preseason isn't really the game plan?
I think
Is it safe to say that?
I think the thing about preseason is it's about winning the game because you're playing to win,
Right.
but it's about getting your foundation together throughout the season. So no matter what, the things you do throughout the preseason are the things you're going to take into the season. Yeah, you might tweak something here and there, but you got your foundation in place. Because ultimately it doesn't matter what the other team does, it's how you execute the things that you want to do.
Right.
Because every play is designed to score, just everybody has to do their job. And so, whether we do this or do that, that's not the point. We needed to get the fundamentals down, and that's what wins football games. So schemes very seldom work. The fundamentals of the game. Everybody watches film. Everybody knows what each other is doing, but who does it best?
Right. Who's going to execute better? The one-on-one matchups. Are you going to go out there and dominate your guy every time? And it only takes one time, give up one big play, and you can find yourself in a hole quick, especially in this league, especially when you're playing against guys like Drew Brees, who you make one mistake and that can cost you big time. So you always got to be on top of your game, and that's why they always talk about, playing snap to whistle, playing 4 quarters, playing a complete game. Because if you look at our season every year since I've been here, we're competitive. We lose a lot of games in the fourth quarter because we haven't figured out how to stay focused for 4 quarters and maintain that foundation that Kedric is talking about, that mindset, so that we can finish off games and win games. And I think a lot of it has to do with the instability that we've had over the years, and that's why I'm so happy that Mike Shanahan has been here for 3 years, been in his defense for 3 years, his offense for 3 years, kept Danny Smith, obviously. Now you're going to see a lot more continuity out there between players. We're not teaching new guys, or everybody's not learning it at the same time. You bring in a new guy, you teaching him, so now it runs a lot smoother, and I think you can see that throughout the preseason, especially on defense. I think this is probably the best we've been this early on so far, starting to get our pieces where we wanted to be at and got some playmakers. So, I'm just looking for great things, and I think that everybody has the mindset that we need to go out there, work with it, 4 quarters, no breakdown. You don't want to be that weak link, and I think that's what you need out of your team, and I think everybody really feels that this year.
And we also understand that nobody's going to give us anything.
Right.
And we're going to have to take everything we earn. That's the way this league is. Like Zoe said, every game comes down to the fourth quarter. You can look at a game, there's 3 or 4 plays that's going to determine the outcome of the game. You don't know when those plays are going to come, but ultimately when you go back and watch film, play 7, play 35, and play, 64, either one or lost you the game. But you got to play every play like that, like it's that play. And so, and that's the mindset we have, and that's the way it's got to be. We got guys that bring their lunch pails to work, and they're coming to work. Enough said.
Enough said. And I like it. Everybody understands their role. I think in the years past, we might have guys that maybe not happy with the role that was given to them and didn't want to perform it. And I think this year, honestly, looking from top to bottom, you got guys that want to be starters but understand that they're not starters and going to play that special teams role, play that backup role, rotating in. And that's what you need. You need guys that want to be hungry, want to fight, but understand where they fit on the team and executing that role the best. Because when you have guys that have egos or not happy where they're at, that's when you start having issues and dissension on teams. And I think that's what we've kind of eliminated over the years. And a lot of guys that we've brought in have been blue-collar guys, working guys that watch film, understand the importance of team. And ultimately, I think that's what pays off, further down the line as you go.
Can you sense, just coming out of training camp, did you sense that maybe this team could be just not so much special, but tighter? Do you feel like the camaraderie on this team is different from last year?
I think
early right now.
We've always had great guys and great. We're a close-knit group, but it's not like college. We all got families we got to go home to. We're together at work, but I think ultimately we trust everybody on this team. We know that this guy's laying it all out there on the line just like I am. So what do I have to hold back? Because I know this guy's giving me his all. And like Zoe said, I don't want to let the next man down. I don't want to let London down by letting the lineman get up on him.
Right.
I don't want to get high on the field goal protection and possibly get a kick block. I want to be accountable to my teammates, and that's what I think. That's where the continuity comes into place. And I think also with that, it's probably the most competitive training camp I've been in since I've been in the league, from top to bottom. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. It was hard, but it was exciting. we were going at each other's for 3 weeks there.
A couple fights broke out.
And that's going to happen. You want it to happen. You fight with your brothers.
Right.
You fight with your brothers all the time, and ultimately, you take those situations and you grow together as. you know, and you can tell how tight a group is that when we had to cut down the roster, I mean, it was a sad day for the players and the coaches. I mean, it was – I mean, we had to say, hey, guys, we got to go out there and get this done. But ultimately, it took a lot out of us because we lost a lot of friends and a lot of good football players that couldn't make this team, not because they wasn't good enough, but because of the roster spots. It's only 53 spots.
Yeah. Well, look, folks, Washington Redskins, Lorenzo Alexander, Kedric Golston will be here every Monday here from Green Turtle here in Arlington, Virginia, or Boston, better known as,
I never knew
a.k.a.
that.
Boston.
Boston?
Boston.
Makes no sense to me,
Like,
but okay.
Boston?
Yeah, B-A-L-S-T-O-N.
Why they do that? I mean,
the area is Arlington or Boston, so
it's Arlington. We're going to call it Arlington.
Yeah,
North Glebe Road.
That's what it said on the nav coming from Ashburn. That's what it said.
Siri didn't know nothing about Boston.
Well, it's Boston, folks, but we'll be here every Monday. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more from these two gents. We'll be talking about the NFC East.
Oh, yeah.
You know, everyone's talking
Big game
about
Wednesday.
Oh,
Dallas,
my goodness.
Dallas Giants.
New York.
Big time
Super
game.
Bowl champs playing.
That's crazy. They got football every night, though. I think they got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday. It's crazy how they got football.
That. You got college football on top
Monday
of that.
night
Saturday,
football,
y'all.
Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech tonight.
There's a lot of Virginia Tech people here tonight.
Well, if you look at since the ACC has had a championship game, one of these two teams have played in the coastal representing the coastal division.
Let's just say it. Everybody's trying to hype up Florida State this year, but for my money, Virginia Tech owns the ACC.
I trust Virginia Tech more than I trust Florida State just because of, the type of program that Frank Beamer runs.
Yeah.
And,
special teams play the whole
Yeah,
nine.
I mean, all three phases, big-time special teams, and we understand how important that is. But
that's nice coming from a SEC guy.
What's that?
Because let's ask him that question. When you think of the ACC.
He's not talking about Pac-12, so I can,
listen,
but I'm just saying,
I'm not paying
everybody,
attention.
listen, I tell you this. Frank Beamer said this. I was listening to a radio show, and he said this. He said that everybody's trying to catch up with the SEC. That came out of his mouth. The guy that's played in the national championship said that we're all trying to catch up with the SEC. We going out on that.
Yeah,
But we'll be back, folks. Hang
be
tight.
right back.
I just state the facts.
We're going to get my man Sean on here.
Imagine with a simple push of a button, you could be on your way to getting firm, sculpted abs and a sexy waistline with the Contour Core Sculpting System. It's the breakthrough technology that requires no machines, no getting on the floor, no stress, and no strain.
Contour.
The Contour is the real deal.
The secret is Contour's exclusive auto-active muscle toning technology, the digital breakthrough that automatically targets all your abdominal muscles, including your upper abs, lower abs, obliques, and even that stubborn lower belly. Thermographic testing proves Contour activates your entire core. The Contour Core Sculpting System comes with a one-size-fits-all Contour Core Belt, electronic controller with custom digital settings, batteries, and a 1-year warranty, plus an instructional guide and sensible eating plan. And it's all yours to try for 30 days for just $14.95. There's never been an easier, more effective way to get great-looking abs. So call and order right now.
Attention if you have diabetes.
Hello, I'm Alan Thicke. As the father of a child with diabetes, it's important that I keep up to date with the latest in treatments and technology. That's why I'm happy to tell you about a breakthrough in diabetes care through CCS Medical. You don't need to stick your fingers anymore. This new meter allows you to test on your arm, so it's virtually pain-free. Plus, it uses gold test strips. Real laser-etched gold in every strip provides the ideal testing surface for one of the most accurate readings possible. Best of all, CCS Medical can send you this meter at no cost. With CCS Medical, they deliver your diabetes supplies to your home. They work with Medicare or your insurance to process the paperwork. They even have nurses certified in diabetes available to answer questions. And for a limited time, CCS Medical will also send you a diabetes ID bracelet. All this from a company trusted and recommended by thousands of doctors around the country. Call CCS Medical today.
Car owners, does your vehicle have less than 120,000 miles on it? Is it less than 10 years old? Is your current auto warranty about to expire? Well, Cover America Auto Care has a very special offer just for you. With current economic conditions causing bankruptcies and a downturn in new car sales, Cover America Auto Care now offers inexpensive mechanical breakdown coverage direct to the public. You can save thousands of dollars on auto repairs. A toll-free line has been made available so car owners can call and get a free no-obligation quote. This auto protection is backed by an A-rated insurance carrier. Plus, you get a claims department that has an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. 24-hour emergency roadside assistance is also included. You will be amazed at how much you can save on future car repair bills. So call for your free, no-obligation quote now. Do not wait. Get covered today and rest easy tonight.
If you're disabled and unable to work, pay attention to the following message.
If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be entitled to disability benefits through Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right if you suffer from a physical or mental disability. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. You'll be matched up with an advocate who will evaluate your situation, handle your application, deal with Social Security for you, and handle all appeals. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. To get started, call the number on your screen now. And keep in mind, there are a vast number of conditions that make you eligible for disability benefits, and dozens of additions that you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call the Citizens Disability Helpline today for a free, no-obligation consultation.
Call 1-800-735-0219. Call now.
Let me tell you some of the reasons people get into trouble with credit cards. A job loss or salary cut, an unexpected expense, a divorce, a business loss, or even helping a family member or friend in need. As founder of Consolidated Credit, I understand that credit card problems are not about overspending. It's about emergencies and unexpected situations. For nearly 2 decades, Consolidated Credit has helped over 5 million people, just like you. The options for getting out of debt have never been better. We can reduce your interest rates and cut your payments up to 50%. The time to call Consolidated Credit is now. There's a lot of ways to get into trouble with debt. There's only one trusted way to get out. Consolidated Credit. When credit card debt is the problem, we're the solution.
Call Consolidated Credit now.
Call 1-800-445-1912. That's 1-800-445-1912.
Welcome back. This is Capital Punishment. Me and my boy Kedric Golston. I'm Lorenzo Alexander here on SportsJourney.com. My man Lake Lewis. We're down here at the Arlington Green Turtle having a lot of fun. A lot of VTech fans in here tonight. If you want to come down here and join them, you know you can come down to 900 North Glebe Road here in Arlington, Virginia. So come down and check us out. We got about 800 TVs in here with everything on. It should be a good night. A lot of fun, great food, great people, having a lot of good fun. So come and check us out.
It's only going to be one thing on these TVs.
One thing?
That's it.
That's it. VTech, Georgia Tech.
VTech, Georgia Tech. Got to be something else on there. I mean, it ain't that important. I'm just playing.
You still have to get out of here.
Big game on Wednesday night, though.
Big game
opens
on
the
Wednesday
season.
Night. It
NFL
does.
season.
And I think it's only fitting that it goes back to when I was younger. The first game on Monday night every year, it used to always be the Redskins versus the Cowboys, or it was the Redskins versus the Giants, or the Cowboys versus the Giants. Sorry, Eagles fans, they really weren't in there too much. But a lot of chatter has been about us in the media. We've always been talking about the NFC. Could it be back? I think.
Could it?
The last link.
I don't like the way you phrased that question.
That's how we saw it.
Could it be back?
It is back.
It's like the SEC. I mean, we beat each other up every year. What do you mean? Could it be back? When has it ever been gone?
See, this is the thing.
I think I'll say this.
You guys have two out of 5 Super Bowls.
Well, but technically, we only had one playoff team last year, right?
Yeah, we're talking from top to bottom.
Top to bottom. Well, I'll say this. The NFC East is probably I ain't gonna say probably is the most physical style of football there is. I played against all the conferences, Super Bowl champions. They're all good football teams. But when you play in the NFC East game, you know what it's hard nosed. I mean, it's Joe Gibbs, Bill Parcells, It's that type of football. You know, I mean, and people give Andy Reid a lot of flack saying he doesn't. It's physical. It's all physical. Whether you're running, passing, special teams, it's physical. I mean, think about where all those big hits come from. What game?
Eagles,
Eagles, Giants, Cowboys. Because
I haven't really seen too many Cowboys hits though.
You seen?
I need some this year.
Well, I don't want to talk about this because it's concussions. You know, it's concussion things. But me and my boy Mike Sellers was known for knocking people out in that wedge when they come down trying to split us.
Yeah, that's old school.
I'm giving you that.
Yeah, I'm just saying what it is. It's physical back there. They come down trying to split us and they get rocked a little bit.
So I'm still. I mean, I understand what the league's trying to do, but I mean, kickoffs are exciting.
Yeah, but I mean, with all the pressure they've been getting with the lawsuits from former players, I mean, they want to clean the game up as much as they can. It's a violent game. We all understand that, but
at the same time, they protect their brand. See, as business owners, I understand.
Man, I can see them doing that for a reason.
We own it's a business.
I'm talking like another game coming up sooner or later.
Business perspective. Another 2 games adds more money in the pockets. Correct.
You're right.
But as a player,
more games.
But as a player, you don't like it because how it's been embedded in you since you're growing up at a young age. It's all about the physicality of the game, like we were just talking about. And when you take some of that out, or you mess with how we think the game should be played as athletes, we're not too happy with that.
People don't like change, no matter what it is. Even if it's for the better, people don't like it.
So we're going to fight it.
Fair.
But at the same time, you know, from a biased perspective, when you sit back and look at it, you understand why they're doing it.
Yeah, you know, but you look at a guy like Banks. Made the team, obviously, and I don't, you know, I do have to say this. A lot of people are saying they didn't see enough from him as a wide receiver. Are you serious? Every time the guy touches the ball,
he's explosive.
There's an opportunity to be presented.
I mean, you got to think about it, though. We have a starting receivers, Pierre, Josh Morgan, Santana.
Right.
That guy, on any part of it, whether it's linebackers, defensive line, offensive linemen, who can help you the most on special teams?
Right.
And it's not that the other guys couldn't help, but what Brandon has, you can't coach.
Right.
Can't find it anywhere.
Everybody's fast in the NFL. He's just faster.
He's just faster.
And so every time he touches the ball, he has the potential to score. And that's just something that I mean,
and
think
even
about
from an offensive perspective.
Think about it, though. Think about it. When everybody's up on the sideline, whether it's a kickoff return or a punt. The whole team, the stadium, we all up like, what is the little fella going to do?
Right.
And you know, and I think a lot of people, if he doesn't score a touchdown, they think it's not successful. If he gets 11 yards, he'll lead the league. That'll be successful.
If you get 15 yards from Brandon Banks, you have 15 yards better field position.
No, if you get 11 yards, you'll lead the NFL. You'll be the best.
People don't understand the little nuances of NFL football, especially special teams. They think you have to return it 50, 40 yards. All we're looking to do is to get it out to the 25-yard line on kickoffs, because that's going to lead the league now since they moved it up 5 yards. Get about, like Kedric is saying, 11 to 12 yards on a punt return, and it don't look like much. I mean, that's about 4-5 steps, and then he down. It ain't pretty. It ain't like, ooh.
It is hard to do.
It's hard to do. Right.
It's hard to do.
Because we hold guys to 7 yards, and 5 yards in the NFL is a big difference. And that's what people don't understand. This game is in inches, and that's what we're fighting for. And a guy like that provides that for you and give you that ability.
But I'll say this, though, back talking about the NFCs. Just look at the quarterbacks. You got Eli Manning, MVP of 2 Super Bowls.
Top 5, remember? We said that over the summer.
Did I say that?
I think you have to
put him in there now after last year.
I mean, okay, so
his demeanor has totally changed.
He's got two Super Bowls.
He sounds like a defensive lineman.
Well, he remembers Eli of old. He remembers Eli of old. It's hard to if you had to deal with Eli of old, it's a little different.
Eli's got 2 championships. Who am I to say anything about that?
That's what I'm saying, man. You want them on your hand.
But
exactly.
Listen, you got him. You got Romo, another Pro Bowl quarterback. Listen. People say what they want to say, but statistically, he's one of the top quarterbacks in the league also. People say big game, this and that. If you just look at his numbers, it takes more than one person to win a football game.
Right.
Vic, Pro Bowl quarterback, probably the most
dynamic player.
Electrifying quarterback.
And then you got the young fella, Griffin III. Just look at the quarterbacks in this division.
You got to get up each and every week.
I'm going to go one better on you guys, okay? Look at the coaches. Shanahan, 2 Super Bowls.
Yep.
Coughlin, how many?
3, isn't it? 2 or 3?
3.
3? Who would get the other one? Giants? No.
2 with the Giants.
Wait a minute.
2 with the Giants, and then who else?
Well, no, he was an assistant. He was
because if you want to count Shanahan's, he got more than
Shanahan's got like 5.
What the Niners, right?
Well, no, he's got 3 with Denver, doesn't he?
But he got 2 with the 49ers.
2 with Denver, and like 2 or 3 with the Niners.
Well, not only that,
but wait a minute, Andy Reid had some of those too.
Right? Yeah, that was all there.
I mean, they're all successful.
Right.
Jason Garrett, doesn't have the tender as those guys have, but he's still
he's still green.
He's a good coach.
Relatively speaking,
very good coach. But yeah, I mean, if you look across the board, the NFC East, and I'm gonna say it, it's relevant again because no offense, you my guys, but
it's been relevant.
No,
I
don't think so.
People get tired of watching the Dallas Cowboys on ESPN
losing.
Well, just talking about it.
Yeah, but you have to win games to be relevant.
This is true.
It's like the Redskins-Cowboys rivalry. To me,
it's not
relevant because you're not winning at the same time.
And not because of that, but because of free agency, because of
hey man, the Ravens and Steelers still keep that thing going with free agency.
That's true
because they're winning.
Because ultimately those are always for the right to win the AFC.
That's what I'm saying. So if the Cowboys and you guys are winning,
yeah, but
it's relevant.
You talk about nationally.
Yeah, nationally.
Nationally, you talking.
In this area,
I don't really get people in DC don't really get pumped up for Steelers, Baltimore, but for our game, Cowboys, they just win 2 games. Beat the Cowgirls is all I hear all the time.
That's a loser's mentality.
No, but whatever you want to say, but we're talking about is it being relevant to the fans.
You still think your game against the Cowboys has more excitement about that than any other game on your schedule?
From the fan perspective, yeah, by far.
You know that to be true.
Yeah,
you just talking.
That's what I do.
Yeah, just trying to stir something up.
What I gotta do. But
we need to be able to have people call in. Where's the chat box?
Yeah, we
get in
gotta,
here and tell Lake,
we
man.
We gotta pull up the chat box, man. That's we're gonna have to do it on here, because Diane's over there. Oh yeah, we'll get all this stuff going. Look. NFCs. Let's break it down. We just talked about all the teams. Look at the other divisions in football. Right now, you have Cincinnati, playoff team.
Okay.
Ravens, playoff team.
Yep. Okay.
Steelers, for all intents and purposes, is playoff team.
No.
Well, they didn't make the playoffs last year, did they?
But historically, you give them the benefit of the doubt.
And they have one bad year, and then they go to the Super Bowl the next year.
Okay.
That's the history.
All right.
Cleveland, sorry, just never been there.
All right.
Unless you go back to Jim Brown's days. But between those 3 teams, can you say those 3 teams are better than the top 3 teams in the NFCs?
No. Better than ours? Our top one won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but the next 3 didn't make the playoffs.
That doesn't mean anything. That's just a down year, and we knocked each other out.
So the Eagles are a perennial playoff team.
We beat the Giants twice.
Are the Eagles a perennial playoff team?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess. Ain't nobody really
they switch off besides
team.
Us.
Okay,
but those 3 teams normally switch off. 2 get in.
Okay, well let's go to the top team. Who's the top team in that division? Not your division. I'm talking about the AFC North.
That goes back and forth. Right now, I would say I don't know. They go back and forth.
Let's just say
it's a toss-up between Baltimore and Pittsburgh.
Right.
Well, Pittsburgh won the last Super Bowl out of there.
So let's just say Pittsburgh. So you give Pittsburgh.
But you can't. How you putting Cincinnati in this mix and they just went to the playoffs for the first time in years?
I'm just saying.
So you can't. How do you just throw that in there?
Okay, well forget.
I think you would have a better argument if you was talking about maybe the NFC South.
Who?
Right.
New Orleans.
New Orleans, Tampa
Atlanta,
Bay,
but Atlanta and Tampa Bay, they
Carolina.
Again.
They used to be good. Fairly historically.
Used to.
Yeah,
but somebody can say the Redskins used to be.
But you going Cincinnati off of 1 year.
I'm just saying, as far as Super Bowls, because Carolina's been in 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
1, 2.
I thought it was
2. They've been in 2.
Have they?
Early in when they was an expansion team.
Yeah.
And then they went back again in 03.
Yeah. I thought they went to 2.
Before I got here.
Jacksonville. That went to the Super Bowl.
Was it Jacksonville?
Yeah. Well, no. They went to the AFC Championship game.
No, I thought Carolina beat Dallas in the NFC Championship long with Kerry Collins. Or did they lose to them?
That was only 1 Super Bowl they went to with the
Who was the expansion team that went? Jacksonville went? Okay, then Carolina only went to 1 then. 03, 04.
But they didn't go to the Super Bowl.
And then we went to the NFC Championship in 05, my rookie year, and we lost to Seattle.
Yep.
that was
but nevertheless, I mean, put it like this: we've had coaches, we've had coaches come from other divisions, successful divisions, been successful in that division. The coaches, and they say the NFC East is the hardest division. That's all I know is NFC East. You know, I played against other divisions, but that's just what they say.
I really do. I'm serious. Having covered the Ravens for a year, I really think that the AFC North is the closest thing to the NFC East.
Well, you just answered your own question.
Right.
It is. It's the closest thing.
It is the best.
But I just think from top to bottom, right now, on
paper,
well,
you can go to,
it's the NFC East. However, theoretically, you have to give it to the AFC North because they had 3 teams that
have to give it to them.
Okay, so you just
Cincinnati, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, they're playoff teams.
So give it to them. So crown them.
Whatever. If you want to crown them,
crown them.
If you want to crown them,
listen,
you have Baltimore coming. You have that division this year.
That is a tough division. I tell you what. I say this.
What are you saying?
Second to the NFC East, they are the next physical.
I'm just asking the question.
What are you saying?
NFC East.
Well, you said it like we were scared to play them. Like,
no, I didn't say that.
That's how you said it. That's how I took it.
I never said that.
That's how it came out of your mouth.
No, I never said
that's
that.
What you don't understand.
I never said that. I'm saying.
What does Danny Smith always say? You know,
you gotta play, man.
Past results it's not an indicator of future success. What does he say? It's something to that. You know what I'm talking about? Good or bad?
But you know what?
Past results are not an indication of future results.
As much as I agree with, as much as I
good or bad?
Let me say. As much as I like Danny Smith, I think he. I'm just saying this out of my own mouth, not yours.
Say it.
I think he might be your best coach. I love that dude.
Yeah, I love Danny
seriously.
too. Well, you say not out of my mouth. I would agree with you.
Not because
I love it.
But
I'm biased.
Part of that's true, but part of that's not true. You know why?
Are they coming out?
They're excited. Virginia Tech coming out the tunnel.
That place has a Virginia Tech. They have a fight song, not a fight song, but they have like a song they play in every game.
Oh, okay.
And somebody will have to say it. But anyway, you can look at the SEC and say that statement really isn't true.
About what?
As far as that past success doesn't mean future success, because the SEC is running on 6 straight championships.
Yeah, but it's not an indicator though.
Yeah, I mean,
you have to go back and work.
They still got to win it again this year, which we probably will.
You have to go
what
to work.
I saw against Alabama, Michigan, it's coming again.
Yeah, but they had to put that work in. They just didn't say, okay, we won it last year, and Michigan showed up and said, well, they won it last year. We don't have a shot.
That's fair.
That's fair. What he means. It's not like saying that you ain't going to continue to be good. Normally, good teams stay good because they have a good program, a good way of doing things, and it's just the way it is. Same thing for the NFL. Good organizations, they may have 1 or 2 down years, but they tend to be good perennially because they have a way of doing things. They have a system, a coaching that's been there for years, and they're good regardless.
Well, look, for the record, I never said you were scared.
I mean, it's just the way it came out of your mouth.
Look, people see all this right here.
I'm just saying it's the way it came out.
You think I'm going to sit here and say they're scared?
You might.
I can't even get out right now unless I break through the window.
That's why you kind of said it's sneaky.
It ain't nothing wrong with being scared. It's what you do with that scaredness, in my opinion.
Hey, listen. That's all right. Now, I'm not going to say it.
Hey,
I'm just saying. Taking Taekwondo now.
What that mean?
Listen, that's what I'm talking about. This song right here. And it's the whole stadium jumps.
I like it. We didn't
get
a song like that.
Wilmot plays this in the weight room all the time whenever he does the radio.
Yeah. Is that why he plays this?
I guess so. It's on all his playlists.
Yeah,
no wonder why he has it on there.
And they'll play it again at a time in the game where they have like momentum change.
Right.
And it just really gets them hyped up. So look, we should take a break. And then we're going to have a special guest coming on.
Definitely in the house.
Former Virginia Tech quarterback
Sean Glennon. Be live on the show here at the Green Turtle in Boston, Virginia.
You said it. I mean, that's good.
It's not Boston, though, man. It's Arlington. We're in Arlington, Virginia.
North Glebe Road. What is it, 900 North Glebe Road?
What's that? Oh, it's not on there. My bad.
They don't say Boston on them, Matthew.
Tonight's show, folks, as always, one of our in-show sponsors, Dr. Wendy Jacobs Chiropractor, which is right here in Arlington.
Where's she at? She in the house?
Right here.
I'm about to get my back cracked. Kid got his last break, so this break I'll be sitting a little straighter when we come back. You hear? Little straighter.
Look, folks, as always, I mean, we're gonna have a good time this year. You see these guys, candid commentary. They don't mince words. When we, a little later in the show after Sean gets off, we're going to talk some college football. And I'm going to ask that question after we talk college football about the Washington Nationals, because over the summer you guys gave me some heat because
let them play.
Because I said, no, not even that, but because I said if the Nationals go on and win the World Series, is there going to be a change of tide in this city?
No, it's not.
No way.
Is it going to be some?
Listen, we already answered that question with the Capitals.
Right.
Listen,
it's not.
And in the chat box, folks, yes, we're going to get to you.
It's not America's pastime anymore. It's proven. You can tell where people spending their money. That tells you a lot.
Football players, you guys are
being real. I'm a businessman. I'm not a football player. That is something I do. I'm a businessman.
I'm a football player.
Hey, them Nationals win the World Series, it's going to be something else going on.
Oh, it's going to be live. I ain't going to hate on them. I'm the next man. I was at the game the other night. Yeah. They setting the tone for us.
I was going to say, if
hey,
they
the Cap said it.
It's going to be more pressure.
Now the Nats, more pressure. There ain't no pressure. Now it's us, baby. Right.
That's the only thing pressure do.
It's two kinds. The one you feel, the one you apply. I'm about applying it.
Well, there's some pressure here, folks. Let's take a break. When we come back, these two gentlemen will be sitting right here with former Virginia Tech quarterback Sean Glennon, as they said. We'll be back. Sports Journey with
Capital Punishment.
Sports Journey. Sports Journey Network.
Hi, I'm Shannon Doherty. I've played the girl next door and the girl not so next door. I've produced, I've directed, but now I'm doing something I've always wanted to do for me. I'm on my way to getting my college degree. I logged on to Education Connection, the free service that showed me hundreds of schools and degrees so I could pick the right one. Now I'm actually getting my degree in liberal arts online. But you could get yours in business, in culinary arts, in nursing, in criminal justice, even a degree in technology. From my schedule, Education Connection showed me online has the most flexibility. I can study on the set, while traveling, anywhere, anytime. So do something smart for your future. Let Education Connection help you find the right program for free.
Log on now and get Education Connection's free success kit, stuffed with information about online degrees, schools, and scholarship advice. Log on now to 41educationmatching.com.
Are you stressed over credit cards and other debts? Maybe through no fault of your own? Imagine how it would feel to have that weight lifted right off your shoulders. Well, here's some good news from America's trusted name in debt relief. Care One providers have already helped over 4.5 million people in debt, and we can help you today. Just call this toll-free number to speak with a friendly representative, and in just minutes, you'll get your free debt relief analysis.
Regardless of your situation, Care One has an option for you.
We are there to help, and we do that in a way that's empathetic and supportive without judging their financial situation.
The credit card companies, I feel, are trying to keep you in debt and trying to keep it so you owe them money forever. And Care One is a good way to get you out of that and get you out of it fast.
A big burden was lifted off of my shoulders.
Care One threw me a lifeline. Call Care One. They will help you.
Get debt relief from a company you can trust. Just call the toll-free number today.
Health Insurance Update. This just in for all uninsured Americans with or without pre-existing conditions. The recent health care bill will not take effect until at least 2014, leaving families and individuals lacking health insurance with no immediate solution to their concerns. Meanwhile, medical problems continue to be the #1 cause of bankruptcies. Here's the good news. A health insurance hotline has been established to provide affordable health insurance for all uninsured Americans, and yes, uninsured Americans with pre-existing conditions. Call the number on your screen now, and in less than 10 minutes, you could receive a choice of affordable plans from the Hotline Network. This is not a discount card. You will have access to doctors, hospitals, dental care, infant care, and emergency services. Call the Health Insurance Hotline now and get you and your family covered today.
Call 800-794-1817. That's 800-794-1817. Call now.
Have you ever had an idea for an invention or new product? Bill Schaefer, one of the inventors of Whammo's new Splash Wash, did. He came up with the idea while watching his children play one hot summer afternoon. Bill invented a car wash for kids. Ride through it, run through it. InventHelp submitted the splash wash to Whammo, the makers of childhood favorites like the Frisbee, hula hoop, and slip and slide. If you have an invention you would like to try to patent and submit to corporations and want free information that explains how InventHelp may be able to assist you, call now. InventHelp is America's largest invention company with sales offices in over 50 cities nationwide. Call InventHelp today for free information. Bill Schaefer made a financial gain on the splash wash. However, most inventions are not successful, and Bill's experience is not typical of what inventors can expect.
For your free inventor's information, call 1-800-619-2363. That's 1-800-619-2363.
Sports Journey. Sports Journey Network.
What's up? It's Lorenzo Alexander and Kedric Golston back here on Capital Punishment down at Green Turtle in Arlington. You know, if you still got time to come out here and join us, the Georgia Tech VTech game just kicked off. We're down here at 900 North Glebe Street. So definitely come out and check us out. We got a special guest tonight, you know, in lieu of the game that's going on. Our man Sean Glennon is out here, quarterback, our ex-quarterback of VTech from 2004 to 2008. Had a chance to get to know him a little bit at the Pros versus Joes game. Had a lot of fun out there at that charity event. And just wanted to kind of bring him on and kind of talk a little VTech football and see how everything is down there. So what's kind of your perspective of this year's team?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how they break in a lot of the new skill positions on offense. Pretty much the entire receiving corps left to graduation. And then all-star running back David Wilson, who ended up getting drafted by the New York Giants. He declared early. So they're in a position where a lot of young guys, freshmen and sophomores, are filling those key spots.
I think for me, just watching Virginia Tech from afar, especially when I was in college and since I've been out in this area, I think the coaching staff with Frank Beamer and his staff does a great job of preparing guys. You've seen y'all have some years where y'all might lose to a lesser opponent, but then end up winning the ACC. That's just a testament to, I think, the coaching they have there at Virginia Tech. What do you think about that?
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at it every year, Virginia Tech doesn't finish really all that high in the recruiting rankings and things like that, but they got a coaching staff that gets the most out of those players. I think we got the best defensive coordinator in the country in Bud Foster. And Coach Beamer's he's kept his staff together. You know, I don't want to say everybody, but most of the coaches there have been there 10, 15 years or even longer in some cases. And that's really allowed them to kind of have a chemistry and a feel for one another that, you know, they can make things work. I mean, there's going to be years like this year where it's a lot of rebuilding, but I don't think they ever expect to fall off. I think they expect to contend for the ACC title every year.
Definitely. Playing against when I was at Georgia, of course we played against Georgia Tech, but we never had to face the triple option. Yeah. Granted, you were a quarterback, but just from your perspective, the defense having to prepare for the triple option and just how it changes all your rules, what pressure did it put on you throughout that week of practice to be able to go out there and defend this?
Well, it was funny watching, you know, our scout team quarterbacks trying to mimic this offense and things like that. It's tough, man. I mean, I'll tell you what. Coach Foster, you know, I've talked to him kind of since I've left and asked him about this, and he says it's a real tough thing to defend if you've got a disciplined team running that other offense because there really, in theory, should be something that works on every play. There should be some linebacker.
They always got an extra man.
Exactly. If there's one linebacker or one defensive lineman that doesn't fill their gap right or shoots too early or something like that, they should exploit it. So if you don't have a defense that's disciplined, I mean, you can really get hurt by that.
So while you was down there, what was probably your best memory, one of your greatest games that you ever played in, or something that happened throughout the season that you really kind of hold near to your heart?
Well, since, you know, we're watching the Virginia Tech-Georgia Tech game right now, you know, probably my most memorable game as far as maybe not the biggest game we ever won. But on a Thursday night, we went down to Georgia Tech, and we came into the locker room before the game, and my jersey was gone. It just wasn't there. So I ended up wearing a Georgia Tech practice jersey.
You know what? I think I remember that. I remember
something
that.
It jogs my memory too.
For the whole game. You know, I kind of wrote on it a little bit.
I remember that.
I crossed out the Russell and drew a Nike swoosh. I wrote my name on the back and things like that. But yeah, I ended up playing a whole game in an opposing team's uniform. Apparently, you know, on SportsCenter or whatever, next day it said it's the first time that ever happened. And
that's crazy.
I ended up having one of the better games of my career, so maybe I should have been wearing
whatever
Georgia
happened with that? Whatever. I mean, who dropped the ball on that?
Apparently, I mean, there was never an explanation. The locker room connects to an Olympic weight room at Georgia Tech. I'm guessing some student played a prank.
That's cool.
Something like
that's
that.
cool. That's cool.
That's crazy.
That is wild. The fact that and they didn't have any extra jerseys.
No. Well, I guess we didn't bring 2 pairs to the game. By halftime,
you own somebody else's jersey.
What I'm saying, yeah, like a guy that was a walk-on. It was an ACC game, so you can only dress a limited number. But what if you would have ripped your jersey off getting tackled in the game? Like, I'm sure they changed their policy at Virginia Tech with the equipment staff after that.
I don't know. They didn't really give me the option to wear 97 or some weird number or anything like that.
You were there when y'all moved to the ACC, correct?
My freshman year was the first year we in the ACC. That was actually a big part of my decision to go to Virginia Tech when I was recruited my senior year, and they made the announcement that the following year they'd be joining the ACC.
Okay.
So I was there the first year.
How was that with just changing conferences? Because essentially it was a lot of Big East rivalries and things like that. Moving to the ACC, those rivalries wasn't there. Speak to throughout the 4 years that you were there, how those rivalries grew. Of course, y'all Virginia is one of your rivals, but Miami, I guess, still is because of the Big East ties that y'all had back in the day.
Yeah, really the rivalries carried over. Well, UVA was the obvious one. But the rivalries when I was there were really the Big East foes, Boston College and Miami.
Okay.
They came over to the ACC with us. Right. Since then, Georgia Tech has actually become a big rival because we're both on the same side of the Atlantic Conference, and it seems like, at least for the past 6 or 7 years, the winner of this game goes to the ACC championship. Not to say that's going to continue, but that's why this game, even though it was game 1 of the season, it could be deciding a lot, down the line.
That's pretty cool. We got all this fun. We got a SEC guy here. You know about these guys. They walk around all arrogant and chest puffed out, got his shirt on tonight.
They're
not even playing
they just
tonight.
Sent me. This must be from the media department. It got a little pocket.
What do you feel? How do y'all compete in the ACC as far as with the SEC? What do you feel about these guys just walking around like this?
Unfortunately, I can't.
Hold on.
I can't even talk much mess.
You just came from University of Georgia, right?
I was down in Atlanta for Friday to watch my brother take on Tennessee.
Brother plays at NC State.
Yes.
Give him a shout out.
Mike Glenn is my younger brother. If you saw him on Friday, he'll have better games in the future. I promise that. But no, Mike's a good player. He's got a good chance to be a high draft pick next year.
So from there, you went to Athens, beautiful campus, and watched them play the University of Buffalo.
We're not talking about
yes, I did.
Campus life.
That's a part of the college experience, though.
We're talking about campus life. Everybody got a nice campus.
We talked off the air a little bit before
the show. We talking about football.
Listen,
I hate to admit it.
But do you just feel like they're just that much better when you can't compete? They make it seem like you can't even touch the field with them.
That's
how they walk around here.
Clemson took Auburn on Saturday night. Take a little back.
It happens, but they love to get us at neutral sites. See, it's when you smell that.
See, he always got something built-in excuses, man.
Like I said before, your former coach, Frank Beamer, was doing a radio interview a couple days ago, and he said we're all trying to catch up to the SEC. Now, I didn't make it that way. I was just a part of building it.
Hey, I mean, I can't take any. I can't really talk much mess about. They've won like the last 20 national championships.
Indeed.
I was 0-2 in my career against the SEC.
What do you think about just college football in general, with all the people swapping conferences and West Virginia being in what are they in now? The Pac-10 or the Pac?
No, they're in the Big 12.
No, Boise State is in the Big East.
Yeah,
It just how growing up, it just doesn't seem right to me. What's your take on it?
I don't like it. It takes away so many rivalries. With Texas A&M leaving the Big 12.
Right.
Now they're going to be playing Cal and stuff.
Right.
No, Texas A&M in the SEC.
You're right. Texas A&M in the SEC. Who jumped to the Big 12?
Colorado
and someone else. Nebraska left the Big 12 to go to the Big 10. Is it one of the other Texas or Oklahoma schools?
No, I think somebody was going to leave Colorado State. Nevertheless,
point is,
Colorado State is Pac-12 now.
Is tearing apart a lot of rivalries. Texas A&M and Texas. I mean, they're talking about maybe not even continuing things like that, or just Texas A&M versus Oklahoma, Texas A&M and Texas Tech.
Right.
Oklahoma State, Baylor. I mean, there's all those rivalries mixed in that aren't going to happen anymore, and I really don't like it. Boise State's coming out here to play a bunch of East Coast schools.
Right, that would make no sense.
Especially when you talk about student athletes and missing class and things like that. You talk about flying them clear across the coast. So.
It's expensive.
Sean, what are you up to these days? What's life doing for you?
Well, really the only time I pick up a football is when we're playing in a charity flag football game anymore. Yeah, football ended for me a couple years ago, but, I've tried to keep involved in it through, I give private lessons to certain quarterbacks, and then I try to do a lot of this, radio and TV, do some analyst work. Just keeps me feeling, gives my ego a little bit of that I'm still relevant in this football world.
Definitely.
Who did you play with while you was in the league? You was on a couple of teams, correct?
I was with the Minnesota Vikings for the longest duration. When Brett Favre came out of retirement, they had to clear up someone's spot on the roster.
So you're not wearing Wranglers?
So I got sent packing. They didn't even give me a pair of Wranglers when I got sent out the door.
You played with some of our current teammates at Virginia Tech, right? Will Montgomery was your center, right?
Monty was early on he was my center. He graduated a few years before me. Josh Morgan, a recently acquired receiver who I think is going to be real good for you guys.
Tell us about Josh, because me and you talked a little bit off air, and we feel the same way about him. Strong hands, explosive.
Josh is a guy that I've been clamoring for a while. He kind of had the injury bug while he was out in San Fran, but when I was at Tech, and certain NFL scouts or different people would ask me about Josh, and I had nothing but great things to say about him. He's a freaky athlete. Built like he looks like a linebacker, a tight end, but he runs like a receiver. He's got hands that, when I shake his hand, it feels like I got a baby hand or something. And you said exactly the thing that I think about him. I've never seen someone literally like
snatch it,
attack the ball.
Right.
He catches it.
The ball doesn't come to him; he
right.
comes to the ball,
Right.
and it looks look like baseball in his hands. He's got some of the best pair of hands that I've ever thrown to, and I'm excited to see how he does this year. I think he'll be real good for you.
So I saw that you're a native of Texas.
Yeah.
But you live out in this area now, correct?
Yeah.
So are you a Cowboys fan or are you a Redskins fan of Texas? Where do you?
Wow.
Tennis Titans. Who are you?
I'm going to create a lot of enemies
Yeah.
right
Who
now.
are you?
I'm sitting in between
but you
two
are
guys.
who you are.
I'm just trying to figure. You have a reason though. I just want to know.
I grew up with Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin posters on my wall, and
so you real excited for this game on Wednesday then?
I'm real excited for Wednesday. I'm a little nervous, to be honest with you. Our offensive lines look pretty bad this preseason, and the Giants, every year they're tough.
Being a former quarterback, speak about Tony Romo, and do you think the criticism is fair or not fair, or?
Yes and no. I think Tony, I don't know about you guys, I think he's good.
Oh, definitely.
I know that he gets a lot of heat, and a lot of Cowboys fans are kind of calling for his head. But I think he makes more plays out of nothing than almost any quarterback in the NFL.
He's done a lot on us.
1 year they beat us down there the first year, the new stadium, 6-7.
Right.
Like fourth down, he spins out of a sack, scores. I mean, it wasn't good.
Last year with the rain play, fumble, chasing the ball,
you know what,
picked it
though?
up, and he
picked
throws
it
it
up.
up. I'm like,
He
what?
made a living doing that. Remember when he took over for Brad Johnson some years ago? The ball would hit the turf, bounce back 20 yards, and he would throw it for like a 60-yard touchdown when he should have just fell on it. All conventional wisdom say just fall on the ball, let's line back up and play. But, of course, I don't like the Cowboys because I'm a Redskins.
I didn't think you would.
But it's just, from a quarterback perspective, I know, I play against them, I know them, but just the nuances of the position and things like that, I don't really know if some of the criticism is warranted or not.
I will say that he hasn't won many big games yet, and that's the biggest beef I have with Tony is that he plays phenomenally most of the time, but if you really look at his playoff games or the games towards the end of the season that are coming down to whether the Cowboys are going to win the NFC East or make the playoffs, period, a lot of times those are where he has his 3 interception games and things like that. So if you look at his body of work, I mean, he's one of the highest rated quarterbacks in the NFL every year, up near the top in touchdowns, yardage. But it's just that win-loss category, especially in the playoffs, that's really holding them back.
This would be my last question for you. We were talking earlier about the NFC East and the quarterbacks being Eli Manning, Michael Vick, Romo, and RG3.
Yep.
How would you rate those guys from a quarterback perspective?
And like rank them?
Yeah, I mean, if you were starting a team.
If I was starting a team, at this age?
At
their current age,
let's just say all of them in their prime.
Okay, in their prime, all right.
Well, Robert really doesn't have a prime.
Robert doesn't have a prime. I mean, I gotta.
Yeah,
his potential's through the roof,
Right.
but I gotta put him at the bottom of the list right now
rookie,
because he's unproven. I'd probably put third. I know, fellow Hokie wore the same number, or I wore the same number he did. But just because of his durability,
go by.
just because of his durability, his prevention to get hurt, I got to put Vic third. I got to put my man Romo second. I got to put the 2-time Super Bowl winner in number one. I don't think that's there's any argument there.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Twitter handle, Facebook. Where can people find you at?
You can find me. Touchdown Hokies. Good start. Good start. You can find me at Sean Glennon 7 on Twitter. Love to come back on y'all show sometime.
Oh, yeah, for
and
sure.
definitely be watching this weekend when you guys go down to New Orleans, man. Good luck.
Hey,
Really appreciate it. Appreciate you coming on. But, yeah, for all you young quarterbacks out there, parents, hit him up on Twitter. Get your guy right. The earlier you start, the better. Definitely make success rates go up. Is playing quarterback, I know, is real cerebral. So the better you can get with a guy that's played it, done it at a high level, it definitely be beneficial for you and your child. So, yeah, definitely hit him up on Twitter. Do you have, like, a website as well that you want to shoot out?
Nah, I don't got a website, man. I guess I'm falling behind the 8 ball. I got to get with the times.
You got to get a website, a page. This is what you're going to do.
Tell them one more time. Say it slower since you ain't got a website.
Sean Glennon, and then the number 7 is my Twitter handle. So hit me up on there if you need anything.
Check them out. Hey, teaching quarterbacks, like you said, it's never too early to start learning how to play that position. And thank you for coming on the show, man.
Hey, thanks for having me. Even though I'm a Cowboy fan, I'm rooting my butt off for you guys this weekend. I wish you guys the best of luck in New Orleans.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, this is Capital Punishment. We still down here at Arlington, 900 North Glebe Street. Definitely make your way down here. This game is getting cracking, really getting going. So come on, hang out with us if you got a time. Get some good food, and we'll be right back with some more for you guys.
Sports Journey. Sports Journey Network.
What's up, baby? It's Chris Wilson, Washington Redskins finest linebacker, and we're going to be coming to you live. I can't wait to the season. All your questions, all your answers. I am your sports psychologist, fulfilling all your psychiatric needs in sports. Make sure you be here.
This is Victor Cruz, wide receiver of the New York Giants, and I just came off the show at Sports Journey. Had a great time with Chris and Lake, and definitely want to come back and do it again. Maybe I'll bring some friends next time, and I had a blast.
Hey, I'm Lorenzo, I'm the Washington Redskins out here at Sports Journey, having a great time, been on the show several times, giving me a chance to vent, tell people, and really connect with the fans how I feel about different situations going on throughout the year, especially with the NFL, and I love it. Haven't met a lot of people out here, and this is going to continue to come back and continue to grow this relationship with me at Sports Journey and my boy Lake Lewis.
With Lake Lewis on Sports Journey, had a good time tonight. Felt comfortable, just being myself. It was a great interview, a great time, and I'd love to do it again.
What's up, this is Alex Joseph from the San Francisco 49ers, number 58. How y'all doing? It's Vladimir Lucas, offensive line for the New York Jets, number 62. So I'll let you know we had a great time tonight with Sports Journey, hanging out with Chris and Lake. Good time, be back here next time. See y'all some other day. Can't wait.
Hey, this is Chris Russell from ESPN 980 and the Washington Redskins Radio Network. I always have fun with my guys Lake Lewis and all the Redskins players and all the fans that come out and be a part of the Sports Journey, sportsjourney.com. Invite you to join the ride and experience some of it for yourself. It's always a fun time. Come on out, support the show, and support my man Lake, who's doing a good job and trying to provide some quality entertainment for you guys, the serious sports fans out there. So check it out.
This is Anthony Armstrong, wide receiver of the Washington Redskins. I got my own Sports Journey show on the Sports Journey Broadcast Network, and been doing it for a while now. Really enjoy it. Lake Lewis runs it very
Golston here from 106.7 The Fan. Just letting you know, just got done. Sports Journey broadcast. Came out to hang out with my guy Anthony Armstrong, who does a show. Was awesome. Does a money job. Up and coming broadcaster and wide receiver. Hung out with my boy Lake Lewis. All the work they're doing here at Sports Journey is awesome. Just pumped to be a part of it. You guys got to keep coming back. They got big things planned. Thanks much. Grant Paulson saying so long.
My experience with Sports Journey was a fun experience. They're cool people to be with. Got Lake Lewis and Miss Monica and Tammy to help. It's just been a fun experience for me. I'm learning as I go. I'm getting better at being on the radio. But it's a fun experience. Sports Journey is something that you really need to tune into. To my radio show with my fellow teammates Anthony Armstrong and Philip Daniel. Just tune in next time at Sports Journey.
Want clear skin all over? Well, get set, because Proactive's Deep Cleansing Body Wash is back. And so is free shipping. 2 hot summer deals. Now Proactive clears acne on your face and body, so you feel confident all over. And the body wash is yours free when you order Proactive today.
The Deep Cleansing Wash, it really exfoliates the skin. I use that on my arms, my legs, my chest.
My skin was smoother. It got rid of the small little bumps on my shoulders and back.
Proactive has a $40 value, but with today's special offer, pay just $19.95, and your shipping is free. Plus, get the Deep Cleansing Wash free to polish your skin to perfection.
I went out and bought a little spaghetti strap dress, and it was a really amazing feeling.
Act fast, and we'll add a free travel-size green tea moisturizer. Don't wait. Order Proactive today and get free shipping, but only for a limited time.
Hi, I'm Shannon Doherty. I've produced, I've directed, but now I'm doing something I've always wanted to do. I'm going to get my college degree. I logged on to Education Connection, the free service that showed me hundreds of schools and degrees. Now I'm getting my degree in liberal arts. But you could get yours in business, in nursing, even a degree in technology. Let Education Connection help you find the right program for free.
Log on now to 41educationmatching.com. That's 41educationmatching.com.
What's up? We back here at Green Turtle in Arlington, 900 North Glebe Street. Having a lot of fun watching this game. VTech look like they putting it down right now, defensive and offensively. Having a lot of fun, so definitely come down here, check us out. Capital Punishment in the building along with Sports Journey Network. My man Lake Lewis in. So what's up now? We just had my man Sean Glennon on.
Great segment.
Great guy. Really
can we call him a friend of the program now?
Of course.
Yeah, we're going to have him back on.
We already worked that out. Think about it. It's good to have a Hokie, come out, especially a quarterback of all things. You can't beat that.
What is a Hokie?
It's
turkey.
A turkey.
A bird.
A gobbler.
You've ate one of them at Thanksgiving before? I like a white meat turkey.
I like a fried turkey.
Oh, deep dish.
Yeah, I like that. Fry me one up. Shout out to my man B. Mitch for frying me up a turkey every week or every year for Thanksgiving. He puts it down.
Does he inject like sauce inside?
I don't know what he does. He goes into. He won't let me see how he do it.
Yeah, the people real funny about that turkey.
He won't let me see his process at all. I just show up and get this big delicious turkey and
hey Brian, you're gonna have to give me that recipe, man. You got to give me that recipe.
He ain't gonna mess with you.
That's my dude right there, man. That's my dude. Hey, look. I first and foremost, I'm impressed. You guys have evolved since the summer.
So have you. You think I'm going to let you slide?
Yeah, if you ain't getting better, you're getting worse.
Saying, man, you guys have evolved.
If you don't evolve, you die.
Hey, 'tis true.
If you don't evolve, you die.
True. No, I'm impressed. I didn't get a chance to obviously hear some of the stuff that you guys were talking about. Just because, obviously, we turned down our monitors in the building so that the Tech fans can see their team. But it looked to me that everything went well, and Zoe was over here running the board. And see, that's what I'm saying, man.
Some great questions.
These aren't dumb jocks. That's what people like. What you got players doing shows with you? What are they just showing up? No, they don't show up.
Well, Virginia Tech's really getting after them.
Yeah, they are.
People can say what they want to say. We men just like anybody else. We just happen to play football, and so if they want to cast that upon us, so be it. But it's our job to prove them wrong.
Some of them make it a little bit easier than others. I went to Cal. Georgia, they kind of fit in that.
That might be true. Hey, well, listen. No, that's not true because didn't Marshawn Lynch go to Georgia?
He didn't graduate.
You can't do that. You can't do that. Didn't
Money
Marshawn Lynch go to
graduate.
Cal?
He did go to Cal. He
I
did.
think he got arrested from leaving his camp. He had
went-
his camp to help the youth. He got arrested. Now you tell me
Hey
who's
man,
the idiot.
don't be throwing this
Are they
slander
really-
out here.
Did they really show up?
My man is out here trying to help the community. He gonna slander his name like
I
that.
didn't slander his name.
I don't appreciate that.
Listen,
I don't appreciate
don't get
you
mad at
calling
me.
my
I just
man
report
money
the
out like
news.
that.
I just report the
I don't
news.
appreciate that.
I like
look,
Marshawn.
Well, look, speaking of community, one of the things that I want to do, and especially in this show, because I know you guys are doing a lot of things in the community, Walter Payton Man of the Year, I want you guys to want to talk about your personal endeavors, your charity thing.
Right.
So as we have our sponsors and different things like that, we want to have this segment brought to you by
With the Aces Foundation?
That's cool. Hey, this your show, man. I mean, look.
Definitely. Now,
This your
Zoe
show.
does a great job. I think people look at Zoe now, and he's one of the big names in the community and all fine and good and what he does. But Zoe was doing these things when he was on the practice squad here, having coat drives, having events back in Oakland and things like that. And I think
big,
that just speaks to no matter what he was going to do, whether it was in the business world, whether he was going to find a way to give back to the community, whether that was volunteering his time to be a coach or things like that. And I think that's what gets overshadowed. People think, well, okay, this is a big name. He's putting his name on something that somebody else is planning. But, just hearing and seeing what goes on, he plans these events. He works these events. He really cares about these events. He cares about the young men and women that he's helping out because he understands, and I understand, that it took more than just us to get where we are.
Right.
It took a community to raise us. It took people coming back talking to us. And like you say, it may only affect that one person, but you never know. That one person might be the person that finds the cure for cancer, the cure for AIDS, and things like that.
Well, the other thing too that I'm impressed with is that naturally all your foundations and everything is doing very well and they're very positive and they get great causes. But I'm impressed from the business side with you two as well, because I'm gonna tell this story. The other day, I'm not gonna say I was summoned to Golston Realty, but we were sitting in his boardroom and we were going over some contractual stuff, and I told you guys, a lot of guys don't do this. And just the fact that you're putting your name behind something, obviously I appreciate you guys being part of what we're building here together, but a lot of guys don't do that, and I think there's something to be said for that too.
I wish I could take credit for that, and I really can't. I have to give it. I truly have to give it.
It sounds like my house.
Right. You got to give it to his wife.
I really got to give it to my wife, Crystal Golston, and really just what she does and how she helps me out to understand how business works and things like that. My father-in-law, Roy Watson, and what he does, because ultimately, whether I play, I'm here 7 years, I've doubled the average. Zoe's in his 8th year. But whether I play 7 more years or 2 more years or whatever, I'm going to be a young man when this is over.
Right.
And so you definitely want to use the platform you have not only to help people, but also to set yourself up for your next stage of life, the next chapter of life. So, you got to take onus. And I think a lot of people, especially in college and things like that, a lot of people do things for us as athletes. And so we get used to that. So when we get thrown out into the real world, we don't do those things. We just assume that, they never happen because we never had to do them. And so that's why I think a lot of us make mistakes, myself included, is just not involving yourselves in everything that has to do with you, just assuming it's going to be done. And so that's kind of, not to get off on a soapbox or anything, but to all the college athletes or young professionals out there, take onus of you in no matter what it is. Know the ins and outs of it so that, you don't get taken advantage of in life.
How do you guys know when you've overextended yourself? I mean, I know that might sound like it's an easy question.
Overextended ourselves in which way?
Meaning
as far as responsibility that we take on?
Because one of the things is,
when there's your wife start whispering in your ear.
We know that.
For me,
but I mean, there are people that want stuff and you have to be able to say no.
You talking about financially?
No, in general. Just in general.
There's a lot of ways you can overextend yourself.
I think just as far as everybody wants you to do anything, I think especially when you're a young player and you kind of don't have a family and things like that, you can do more things in the community. Okay. Ultimately, my family is my first responsibility, making sure home is okay. But honestly, I'm not just going to do something for the sake of doing it. what are we trying to achieve in doing this? Who are we helping? What is the goal in this event? I'm not just going to come out so I can sit at your kid's birthday party because that's cool. That's not helping anybody. You know, that's more of an ego thing, and we don't really get into that. If it's a legitimate cause like we do the Joe Gibbs Youth for Tomorrow thing down at Manassas Speedway every year, because that's helping out young men to better themselves. We do the coat drives and things like that. Ultimately, it's just giving back and helping other people, and I don't think you can really ever extend yourself. Either you can or you can't. Either you can or you can't, you know?
Have you guys ever had moments where you – afterwards you may have thought I was taken advantage of, or it wasn't what you thought?
Definitely, yeah.
But I think
like 2 years ago.
Oh, let me guess.
Nah, you
ain't gonna guess.
You ain't gonna guess, and we ain't gonna speak on.
Down south, I'll leave it alone.
We ain't gonna speak on. Well, you know what? I think sometimes,
but some of that is my fault as well, because I'm allowing them to take advantage of me, or I haven't educated myself on this situation enough, and I think I got it handled. Or we may be friends, and I don't really look at all the details. Yeah. So some of it's ignorance on my part and making that mistake and learning from it.
But you know what, though?
It is.
Well, I say this. I'll say this because we're young men we've had a head start on life because of what we do.
Right.
So that creates more problems. But ultimately, unless you go through these things, you don't learn these things. So when our sons grow up and our daughters come up, we can tell them what we've already been through. And they're like, man, you know, Dad is smart. Dad is this. Well, Dad has been through these situations and learned from them, so now he's able to help out.
And there's nothing wrong with being ignorant. I'd rather be ignorant than stupid. Ignorant, at least I didn't know. I figured it out. Stupid, you knew, and I did it anyway.
And you were dumb enough to do it again. Right, exactly. So, there's a big difference.
So you got to learn from your experience. That's what life is about, you know, and so that you can give that information to somebody else, just like Ked is saying, either your kids or some young kids that you go and talk to.
Well, this is what we do. This is called Radio 101. I'm going to do what is a transition into something else, but I'm going to use some of the topic matter to move into that transition.
I'm already one step ahead of you.
And he said, "Oh, okay. So is he evolved?"
Because if you want to talk about overextending, let's talk about an arm that some people want to get overextended in Steven Strasburg in the Nationals.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Y'all are silly. But nah, that's, you know, we got a joke in the training room, because I get a lot of work done on my elbows, because, you know, they do work out there on the field. So they say, you know, which elbow gets the most attention in D.C.? Is it mine or Stevens?
Oh, come on now.
It's Stevens.
We need some elbow.
But I'm all for shutting him down.
From a president.
I'll say this, though.
I'm all for it. Shut him down.
Yeah, you got to shut him down.
I'll say shut him down, but there's no right or wrong answer to this until 5-10 years down the road. Because if they make it to the World Series and lose and they shut them down, then okay, so be it. But if they never get back and they shut him down, people are going to be bitter about that.
What?
Yeah, I mean, they are, but it's hindsight. So. But they'll be bitter if he's pitching in the World Series and blows his arm.
Let me say this, though.
I don't think anybody should be bitter.
No, because it's ultimately his body.
But let me ask you,
they had a plan before the season started.
But hear me out. What if he wants to play?
No, because the trainers are there. Right. The trainers.
I'll say this.
The trainers are there to protect.
Either I can or I can't. And I know it's different.
No. Now, we both had concussions.
Not baseball.
And now we're not supposed to go back out there.
And you were going out there.
And both of us have put ourselves back out there in that situation. But it's up to the no, it's not.
That's different.
It's the trainer's responsibility and the coach's responsibility to protect you from yourself.
Either you can or you can't.
I can, but I shouldn't.
Well, you talking about the brain, and you talking about
that's
not thinking
worse.
straight.
That's worse.
It's worse.
That's what I'm saying.
But if you have an ankle or
an ankle is different than your arm. You don't live on your ankle. He lives off his arm.
The face of your franchise.
I understand that.
With a guaranteed contract.
Dan Marino thought he was going to go to more Super Bowls.
But it's totally different from football. I think it's two different sports on this one. Baseball,
no, it's all the same. Listen, I've tore the ligament. I've tore the Tommy John's ligament.
You don't pitch, though.
No. We're not we're not talking about the difference, too, is NFL contracts can be voided, right?
I'll say this.
Yeah.
You can't do that in baseball.
Listen, I'm all for shutting them down. Listen, I'm all for shutting them down because that was the plan, and ultimately you made the best decision for this player to shut him down.
He pitches every day.
But at the same token, there could have been something a little different to spread him out. I know people say, well, that's more like a spring training schedule, so pitchers don't like that. They're creatures of habit. They like to stay in their routine. But at the same token, at the moment in time, because nobody thought the Nationals was going to be this
right,
good.
Yeah, that's
the whole point.
Nobody knew this.
Right,
Everybody thought that they might be fighting barely to get in the playoffs.
Right.
So shutting them down wasn't going to be that big deal.
Right.
But the fact that a lot of his colleagues have said they're the best team in baseball, they have.
See, but you have to realize
without
their pitching staff is still
dominant.
It's dominant. Yeah.
They got some bulls in there that can go and go with them. Gio Gonzalez, Edwin Jackson.
People
just name a few. Those boys can play.
You
they
remember
had a stat today that said without Steven in the game, they still had the third best winning percentage.
Yes.
No, and listen, hear me. But at the same token, my thing is, I want to know that it's Steven's decision. Because ultimately, it's his career.
He knows.
Yeah,
he's not going to come out and say "shut me down."
It's not his career when the owner is when the owner is investing. Well, I don't know what his contract. Let's say just $20 million in the guy.
It might be more than that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what his contract. I'm just saying. So, yeah, he could. It's his career, but I got $20 million invested in a guy that's guaranteed.
But listen, I say this.
That's guaranteed.
But that goes back to a conversation we had in the summertime. Would you take one Super Bowl over eight playoff appearances?
Of course you would. Of course.
So do you think the owner of the Nationals and the GM would take one World Series over Steven pitching for them 12 years without winning one?
Yes, they would. I truly believe they would.
Now, hindsight is 20/20. That's what I'm saying. We won't know if this was the right. It's the right. Hear me out, people. This is the right decision for Steven.
But see, I think
this is the smartest decision for Steven.
You're right.
But as fans, they're not gonna care about.
As a fan,
I think we're missing a point here, though. The point is this: the Nationals have percentage-wise, as of today, they won again today over the Cubs 2-1, the best record in baseball.
Right.
That guy pitches every 5-6 days.
Exactly.
I'll say this.
And he started. I don't know if last week was an indicator either. But when they played Miami,
he got lit up.
He got lit up. So I don't know if that's an indicator of him arm getting tired or is he starting to lose focus.
Two games after and shut with the lights out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The best thing to do is to shut him down.
He's pitched again since then.
He's pitching tonight.
No. They already won.
He ain't pitched since Miami, has he?
2-1. They played St. Louis.
He pitched against St. Louis.
The Saints 10-0.
That wasn't him.
I mean, that was Gio.
That was Gio Gonzalez. I don't think he's pitched yet again.
Yeah,
he
did.
Pitches,
he pitched tonight. He pitched today.
He pitched
today.
Oh, he pitched today.
2-1.
2-1.
Okay.
So he has one more start, and they shutting him down.
And that's fine. But you know what? That's the best thing for him. But if they don't win a World Series in the next 10 years, people are going to come back to this year.
Yeah.
Because I said, y'all talk about the rotation. Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback, California guy. We saw Matt Flynn come in for a couple of games and put up great numbers.
Matt Flynn not starting.
No, that's what y'all know. That's what y'all know. Listen, that's what y'all know now. But which brings me to my point. You want your best player out there, and Steven's their best player.
Listen, if you're a Nationals fan,
I would differ on you on that because statistically, people think it's Jordan Zimmerman is having a better year. He just hasn't had the run support that Steven has got.
I agree with you on that.
And he had Tommy John surgery.
Right. So, they got some boys in that bullpen that can go.
Listen, I think the
That's
Nationals,
part of a team.
The Nationals win the division, make it to the NLCS. They've had a wonderful season.
Yeah, but that's because of your expectations.
Yeah, their
expectations should be World Series now because that's the caliber team they have.
I agree, but I think that they still feel like they can get to a World Series without this man.
What are feelings do? Feelings don't do nothing.
As you guys said, you still got to get out there between them lines and get it done.
Hey, say what you want to say.
Shut him down.
I say shut him down too, but I'm just saying.
Well, look, when we come back, final segment of tonight's show, we're going to open up the chat box. Now, a lot of people who were watching earlier said that they couldn't get in the chat box, and it's up there now. They're refreshed. They're all in there.
Cool.
So Brian A. Line is in there. What's up, man? Diane Cheesebro, some other folks up top. So we're going to get to your thoughts and your comments and find out any questions, any things you want to talk about in there. I appreciate everyone for joining us tonight. Next week, it's going to be on. That's all I can say. It's going to be hot, too, because the spotlight's going to be real hot.
I don't need to be sweating up here. I'm just telling you now, the lighting.
Yeah, we work on
Sundays.
Sundays.
Looks good. I'm not finna be getting dehydrated sitting underneath these lights.
It'll be all right. It'll be all right. So look, when we come back, also want to ask that question to you that we're going to get some of the people in the chat box to talk about, and that question is, if the Washington Nationals win the World Series, can they now be called the top dogs in town?
Get off of it. Get off of it. Top dog how?
Let's go to our next segment.
Let's get off
that's
of
not
it,
gonna
man.
get us through a segment.
Yeah. No.
Man, because you
it's
guys
simple.
are biased,
no.
man.
It's not biased.
Capital Punishment. We're here live at the Green Turtle in Arlington, 900 North Glebe Street. Check us out. We'll be right back after these messages.
Sports Journey. Sports Journey Network.
This is not a workout. This is a revolution. This is Shake Weight for men, and it's going to kick your butt.
That's it.
In just 6 minutes. Guaranteed. Ordinary weights isolate one muscle in one direction, but Shake Weight harnesses the power of dynamic inertia to totally redefine strength training. As you shake, the weights at each end fire and recoil rapidly. This piston-like motion sends a shockwave of energy that forces your muscles to contract as many as 240 times a minute. So you build definition, size, and strength fast. And now this technological breakthrough in strength training can be yours for just $29.95. Shake Weight is science fact, not fiction. A leading biomechanics research center proved that 6 minutes with the Shake Weight burns as much muscle energy as 42 with a standard dumbbell. You get ripped, defined, and stronger fast. Guaranteed. Call and order now, and we'll also send you this 6-minute upper body workout DVD. It's everything you need to add size, definition, and strengthen your chest, triceps, biceps, and shoulders. Technology is all about packing mega performance in less space, right? Shake Weight proves it. That's why it comes with this ironclad kick butt guarantee. Do the Shake Weight workout just once. If your arms, chest, and shoulders aren't on fire in just 6 minutes, return it for a 100% refund. We'll even pay return shipping.
That's it.
3 exercises, 6 minutes, and the faster you shake, the more intense and challenging your workout. Think you can handle it? Then call now and build muscle and definition in just 6 minutes a day with Shake Weight for Men.
If you want to shed fat and get a body that's shredded, then it's time to get on the rack. The Rack is a complete total body workout system, and it's the hardcore hardware that adds a whole new dimension of variety and intensity to traditional body weight exercises. You get explosive chest, shoulders, and back, big arm blast, and ripped abs on the rack, a fat shredder workout, and a total body muscle building express workout, totally ripped on the rack. Order now and get this special Get Ripped on the Rack 30-day trial for just $14.99. When you order, also ask how you can get the Rack system shipped right to your door for free. As an added bonus, you'll get the Rack Nutritional Guide, custom workout guide, and special Bartender's Workout DVD, plus shipping. That's a total value of $60, all for free. But only if you order right now. Call now and order the Rack Total Body Workout System for this special 30-day trial of just $14.99.
Dear Bowflex, I dropped 8 dress sizes, 36 pounds, and all I had to do was walk.
This is the Bowflex Tread Climber Machine, the easiest way to walk and burn up to twice the calories in less time. By combining the motion of a treadmill, a stepper, and an elliptical, you get the calorie-burning benefits of all 3 workouts at once.
I lost 30 pounds in 4 months. If I can do it, anyone can do it.
Call now for your free DVD and information kit. You'll see how the Tread Climber burns up to twice the calories of a treadmill. Plus, you'll learn how you can own a Tread Climber machine today with special financing for 18 months.
Within the first couple of weeks, I started to lose inches. I lost 50 pounds in 3 months using the Tread Climber.
Call or go online to buytc.com for your free info kit. We'll also send you the Bowflex Insider's Guide with a personal fitness assessment to help you jumpstart your Bowflex body today, absolutely free.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Bowflex.
Sincerely, J.D. Weber.
Tired of lugging out your heavy, bulky pressure cleaner? You need the amazing Water Jet. It turns your ordinary garden hose into a super power washer, powerful enough to clean second-story windows. Here's how it works. Water flows through the volume reduction chambers where pressure builds until a powerful jet stream blasts through the precision-engineered solid brass tip. The control valve regulates the water pressure, great for siding, umbrellas, and awnings. Blast grime and weeds off brick and paver driveways. It attaches to any garden hose so you can take it along boating and camping. Quality built with stainless steel, aluminum, and solid brass, and only $19.95. You'll also get the bonus fan tip that creates a powerful fan-shaped spray. Scour away mold, scrub wood decks and docks, patios and pool decks, cars and trucks. Dial back the pressure to gently water flowers. There's more. We'll double the offer. You'll get 2 amazing water jets and 2 fan tips for only $19.95. Just pay additional processing and handling. Call to get the jet.
To order Water Jet, call 1-800-973-9853. Call now and we'll double the offer. Call 1-800-973-9853.
What's going on? We back here. This Capital Punishment doing our thing down here in Arlington, Green Turtle. Having a lot of fun. We got a special guest in the house. Man of the military. You can go on and sit down, bro.
All right. He's nervous. It's fucking wild, man.
No,
I
good.
can't cuss on here, can I? I'm sorry.
No.
I apologize. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. No, you're good. Going good. So go on and introduce yourself.
My name's Ethan Ramsey. I'm with Honor Guard Company, 4th Infantry, 3rd Platoon. It's cool. I'm excited to be here. This is cool.
No, we appreciate you coming on. So were you over in Afghanistan?
No. This is my first enlistment.
Oh, really?
No, I've been here 2 years.
Okay. Well, we definitely appreciate your service. That's big time. That's something I could never do. And I think everybody in this country is really thankful for people like you that really step up.
It's fun, man.
Really make that ultimate sacrifice. So I really appreciate it. Yeah.
I enjoy what I do.
Now you're a big Redskins fan?
Yeah.
I'm from North Carolina, so I follow Lorenzo since like the Panthers and stuff. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, give a shout out. Yeah, he gave a shout out
to your platoon.
Yeah, I'm Ethan Ramsey with the Honor Guard Company. Anybody on 3rd Platoon listening? Probably gonna get smoked tomorrow. But it's all good. All I'm doing some push-ups to this. This is cool. This is cool.
We appreciate you, bro.
What part of Carolina are you from?
Shelby, North Carolina.
Okay.
Where's that in respect to
lives
Charlotte?
down in Kinston.
About an hour and a half west up 74.
Oh, okay.
Are you familiar with like Kinston and Goldsboro?
Yeah.
That's where my father lives in LaGrange. So
cool.
he's a big Tar Heels fan.
I'm Duke, but Duke basketball, Virginia Tech football.
Well, my cousin that lives with him is a Duke fan, so that's good.
That's a brawl.
So you got your vest signed. That's all right.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Oh, no
yeah,
problem.
anytime, man. We definitely appreciate you guys.
That's cool.
Appreciate you
guys in
guys.
my platoon are gonna think that's wild.
Yeah.
So you out here, you got your V-Tech shirt on as well.
Were you stationed at?
Here on Fort Myer.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it's not too far away. All right. Well, look, we're gonna be here every Monday. So if you get some time, come on through.
Bring the whole platoon out.
I would. They'd be down. I appreciate this so much, guys.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. Definitely let you have it
on.
Thanks, man.
Thanks a lot now.
All right, bro.
Thanks, sir.
All right.
Thanks, man.
All right. We'll get Kedric back on with us real quick. Folks, we always try to make sure that we can, honor people that need to be honored. Special guy.
Yeah,
He's
those
excited
guys,
as well.
Those are the real heroes for real, though. I know people just say that, but
yeah, no, I kind of took us off topic, but man, that's
what those guys do. You always got to put some time aside for our veterans and our soldiers that are serving right now, because they make that ultimate sacrifice at any time.
You know what? That's a story that you think about. Put this in perspective. This guy might be fighting in a war one day, and he could tell, his platoon mates and tell guys that he remembers the day when he met Lorenzo Alexander and Kedric Golston. That you got to put stuff like that in perspective.
Well,
sometimes.
I think more importantly, I mean, and he's definitely a big-time Redskins fan and loves Virginia Tech. But I'm speaking for both of us when I say we're a fan of the military.
Sure.
And anytime it's just exciting that he was to come in here and spend some time and talk with us here on Capital Punishment. When we go to Army bases and FBI bases and police bases and things like that, we're excited to talk to those guys because we understand that they understand what it means to be a team. We talk about life and death and war, but we're playing a game.
Right.
These guys are building teams to save each other's lives. They're in the foxholes with one another.
And making our kids able to do things with their lives.
With live bullets coming over their head. Both my brother-in-laws were in the Navy. One of them still in the Navy. And just the commitment that you got to make for a guy that, you didn't grow up with, but he's your brother now. You want to know why? Because you fought. Y'all have saved each other's lives and things like that. And at the end of last season, we had a guy that came and talked to us that was in the military that had all 4 of his limbs blown off.
Oh, SEALs?
And he said, you know what? I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change anything about it because I saved 26 guys' lives.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
And that was his aspect. He said, I wouldn't do anything differently. All 4 limbs gone.
Wow.
And that's the commitment that these young men, these men and women have made so that we can have the things that we enjoy in life, freedom of speech, and all the things that we can enjoy.
Very well said. Very well said.
Big shout out to the armed forces.
Listen, this is a festive atmosphere. Virginia Tech fans tonight, they're in a dogfight right now.
7-7.
This is big-time college football,
Right.
contrary to what the SEC guys might be thinking. But you know what?
I would say this is the second best conference.
I'm going to stop, though, because you know why? Because my Big Ten did not fare well this weekend.
Let's talk about this. And it's a sensitive subject. It's a sensitive subject.
Okay.
But your Nittany Lions come out an emotional day at Happy Valley, with all that happened in the offseason and the travesties that happened there. What do you think to come out and lose to an Ohio team that most would say y'all should have won that game easy?
I wouldn't say easy because they were a 10-win team last year and they brought back 20 starters. Ohio, you can't keep looking at the smaller schools and saying they have no shot because Appalachian beat Michigan a couple years back in the Big House. With that said, if there's a Penn State Nittany Lion alum out there that's upset about a loss in a game, they need to be checked. Because the truth of the matter is, there was a game played on Saturday when a good chunk of this country doesn't believe that building should have had anybody in it on Saturday.
Right.
So that's an accomplishment in itself. And I think it's a testament to the players. I agree with Coach O'Brien for putting their names on their jerseys. I mean, this isn't to change traditions. It's to honor the guys that are sticking through something. And for everyone out there that's taking shots at those young men saying they're idiots, they should have transferred like Solid Fred or some of the other guys, Justin Brown with Oklahoma, I disagree with that because, again, I've said this. We all have made friends that we are still close with to this very day that were our friends in college.
I would say this.
And you can't take away their experience at Penn State as a school.
I would say this. I wouldn't fault guys for leaving, but if I was put in that situation, I probably would have stayed as well, just because of the things you talk about, the relationships you have there.
Right.
People that have anything to do with that, it's awful that it happened, but they don't know anything about that because they didn't have anything to do with that. What they do know about is all the relationships that they built, what it meant for them to go to Penn State.
I mean, did you look back at Georgia, look back at Cal? Did you have a professor that you remember to this very day that reached you? I mean, that seriously kind of turned the light bulb on.
My light bulb was already on.
Yeah,
I tell you what, I already knew he was going there.
I think the relationships you have. I had a professor. And she was an older lady, probably in her 70s, full of energy though. Just loved life, and that was contagious. Waking up early for a summer class, not really wanting to be there, but the passion in which she taught her class that really made you engage into it. And another professor, I had taken a marine biology class, and you can tell when people really love what they're teaching. It's infectious. Listen, we got to go to the beach. That was our field trip. So
that boy love that class.
But from that standpoint, I mean, I can't fault the guys for leaving. But the guys that stay there, they really love the university.
And that's why you support them. Win, lose, or draw, you are supporting
I'm not
going to
support them anyway because they Penn State and I'm Georgia.
No, I mean, that's understandable. But a lot of people now are kicking
and
us.
it also shows something about their character as well.
You're talking about young men.
You're going to have adversity in your life.
Some
of the stuff is you can't control.
This is real life
some
right
is not your fault. And for them to stick in there and handle all that turmoil, all the media backlash, all the national backlash, and for them to kind of come together, bond, and be able to still go out there as a team and play for themselves and play for their school is pretty remarkable. I mean, because that's hard to do. I mean, it's very easy. Like you say, anybody could have just easily transferred and kind of got away from it. And for you to stick in there through that whole thing is big time.
It's going to get better. I mean, it's just naturally time heals all wounds. And something like this, the university is using the platform now to bring awareness. As in the past, that would have never been an issue. Well, now it is an issue, and it's something that it affects all of us because we all have kids.
On the flip side, I mean, people, it's ingrained in our society. Unfortunately, that whether it's rape or just sex trades and things like that, a lot of teenage kids come up missing. They say they just ran away. Well, they're starting to find out that no, they've been abducted. And they're being sex slaves, sex trafficking, and things like that. So the more awareness we can bring to it, the more we can understand and listen. This just doesn't happen in third world countries and places far away from it. This is happening in our own backyards. The better off we'll all be. And
that's what this is about. Saturday was more than football. It was 100,000 people in the stadium. That the ratings had to have been through the ceiling as far as how many people across the country watched it. So that's, you're talking a couple million people that have this issue now to the forefront of their mind. So I agree. I think that, I commend the players, the young guys for staying and sticking with my university. I'm going to stick with my university. I was upset after the game thinking, man, we lost, blah, 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 because you want to see your school win. But then I thought to myself, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, I wasn't even sure that I was going to have anything to root for on Saturday. So, I definitely would have liked to have made it up there. Couldn't have done that because I had a wife and a daughter's birthday sandwich between 3 days. So, pockets were a little empty. So, anyway.
Definitely. But, no, it was good to see. Those kids come out there and fight. But
I do have to bring this up. This is something I've been waiting to ask you guys for a long time. I'm not going to bring up the whole D.C. Redskins. Nah, it's the Redskins, okay? I'll just play it. But this question here is something I'm really thinking about. And couldn't ask two better guys. On Saturday night, I saw Alabama beat down a Michigan team like it was Pop Warner to them.
Right.
But then across the country, I see the first play from scrimmage, Malcolm Lee going 80 yards, USC.
I'll say this.
And then I see Oregon looks really good again.
Right.
Two best teams in the SEC by far, LSU, Alabama. By far.
Yeah.
Georgia looks good this year. They do.
Yeah, but I love Georgia, and if we play Alabama this year, we're going to beat them. But all that being said, Alabama got some grown men on that field.
Alabama look like it. They might be able to get with the Browns 5-6 times. Maybe they get in the fourth quarter with the Browns on one. They're not beating Cleveland. Let's just be up front.
I think the thing about that is I think preseason rankings don't do anybody any justice.
Right.
Because we don't really know how good Michigan really is.
Right.
I think they're good football. It's just that Alabama.
They're a good football team, but to be eighth ranked in the country.
I think that's how good Alabama is.
Alabama's defense is that good
because
Michigan's quarterback is not a passing quarterback.
No,
they made him throw.
Pass.
It's just not the same. He's an option guy that's gonna get out the pocket, roll out, and Alabama's too good for that. Too disciplined, fast.
They're too athletic and they're coached extremely well.
Right,
you can say what you want to about Nick Saban.
By a professional.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's a pro defensive coordinator.
Well, yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And a head coach on top of that.
Yeah.
So listen.
That's what I'm saying.
You
when
talking
you play
about
against a
going
disciplined
somewhere
team
to
like
play
that,
in the pros, you go to Alabama. If you a defensive if you guys were getting recruited by Alabama right now and you were in high school, that's a no-brainer.
I'm going to Georgia.
I'm going to Cal, baby.
I'm going to Georgia. Our defensive coordinator was in the league.
If you was in Oakland right now and you were in what part of Georgia?
Fayetteville, Georgia.
Georgia.
That's the difference between me and you, Lake. I just don't jump ship just because
I'm going to Georgia.
You can't tell me I'm jumping ship. My school is in dire straits right now.
When I came out, I could have went anywhere in the country,
You could have gone to Georgia?
I could have went anywhere in the country,
Why didn't you go to Georgia?
I didn't want to. That didn't interest me.
I thought you said you wanted to go to Stanford.
I did want to go to Stanford. Didn't get in. You got to apply to go to Stanford.
You got to apply to get into any school.
No, you don't.
Yes,
no,
you
do not.
You have to go through the clearinghouse. You have to be qualified. You have to write. I wrote an essay to the University of Georgia, and I had to fill out a admission.
Stop it.
Kedric, you don't.
I'm just telling you.
You don't.
That's a formality.
No, that's true.
Formality or not, I had to do it.
You have to actually go through the process.
SAT.
You got to see everything. I'd have got declined because I had a 3.4 my sophomore year. You got to go through the process to get it in. It's not just a formality.
It's probably harder for you to go there because you were right there in California.
No, why would that be harder?
That's a private school. That's a private institution.
But they still they want to get kids from all over.
No, man.
They want to get kids from all over.
I don't want
private school.
That don't make
sense.
Like
when I went to Georgetown.
They're looking for the top athletes coming out, especially they're a private school with higher academic standards. So they tend to get the second tier. They doing a lot better now because they're nationally known. But to get in Stanford, they get second-tier guy because those guys just weren't, the guys that were overly talented couldn't qualify to get in school.
I see the pride coming out, but we didn't even get to the question to get to the pride. And
I would not be going to Alabama.
Okay, no, that's not the question. The question is this. Alabama, LSU, USC this year, and Oregon on neutral sites.
Well, that's yet to be seen.
I tell you,
it's two different styles of football.
USC looks good. Offense versus that defense, Alabama.
Yeah, but they were playing Hawaii, though.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
I know, but you still see this.
But it's Hawaii. But speed. I mean, I look fast on the high school field playing against high school athletes.
You knocking Hawaii.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I'm just stating the facts. So I don't know if they looked that fast playing Alabama.
Yours came from Hawaii.
And you know what? He ain't been the same since he played Georgia. That boy hip never got right after he got bit by that dog.
Yeah, that was bad in the
big shout outs to Colt Brennan. I love Colt, but Colt will tell you he ain't been right since he got bit by that dog.
Yeah, that was bad in the the Sugar Bowl, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man, that was tough.
And he was all on ESPN with his skirt on talking about they should play for the national championship and they ain't getting no respect. They went down there and laid that egg.
Yeah, that wasn't good. We need about 2 minutes, folks, and then we're gonna get out of here. But man, you guys covered a lot of stuff tonight.
I mean, it's just like we sitting at the office talking. You talk about a lot of stuff. That's the difference between this show.
Some of it right, some of it wrong. I mean,
I'm always right.
I'm always right.
If you ain't known me long enough.
Hey, but I'm telling you, them Nationals win a World Series, they're going to take a chunk out them Skins. I'm telling you.
No,
I'll say this.
They're going to take a chunk.
You know what? I'm not going to even reply to you anymore.
Listen,
because you're talking nonsense.
If this the whole Redskins side and the Nationals win,
what are they going to take out?
They're going to take a little piece.
No.
Just a little piece. Because the disenchanted fans of the Redskins are going
to. Listen, I'll say this.
I'm serious.
We have a season coming up, too.
I understand. Let's just say y'all start off.
We're actually going to be.
If y'all start off,
we're going to even be playing before
3-1. It's on.
The World Series doesn't happen until October?
Yeah.
No. Listen to what I'm saying.
October.
If y'all start off 4-0 or 3-1, yeah, it's on. But what happens if? I don't expect you to say that's going to happen, but I'm just saying, what happens hypothetically if you start off 0-3 or 1-4?
Of course, people ain't going to be.
And the Nationals right there in the hunt for the World Series.
They'll go to both games. I bet you the games won't conflict with one another. I bet you they don't. I bet you the Nationals schedule their game so they do not conflict with the Redskins games.
I don't think they have any control over that.
I bet you they do.
The baseball does.
I tell you this.
They won't be having any Sunday games.
Baseball might do it out of spite.
We know because we played Philly. We played Philly, and those people leave there and go to the Phillies game.
Right.
Well, that's right next door. It's the same complex. You can walk right there.
But you can get in your car
jump
and go
on 295 and be right there at
man, it take you 2 hours to get around the corner.
It'll take you 2 hours.
All that traffic.
It'll
take me 2 hours to leave FedEx after the game.
No, it doesn't.
That's because you be out there just sitting.
No, man.
You don't know how to get out of there.
That's true.
Everybody trying to get out there on 202. You can't go off at 202.
That's because the media, when you leave a game, if it's a 1 o'clock game, you don't leave the stadium till 6.
Why?
You back to writing story.
You're working afterwards.
Well, that's your work. You don't be complaining because you got a job.
Contrary to what people think.
You need to get a driver and you got an iPad.
Right.
And you can write your story in that car.
Nah, that might be Miss Diane right there. That might cause an accident doing something like that. You can't do that.
But nah, this was
everybody don't
this
have
was
Siri.
fun. This was fun. This was our we took a hiatus, but we back here, Green Turtle in Arlington, 900 North Glebe Road. It was fun. A lot of excitement. The Hokie Nation. I don't agree with that shirt, Hokie Country, all that right there. I think they got a small.
That's the whole Eastern Seaboard.
They got the whole Eastern Seaboard. I don't agree with that, but they definitely came out and showed their support for their team. Hopefully they get a win here tonight.
It's looking tough, though.
It's going to be a fight.
Food was
I'm about
phenomenal.
to get me some of that burger looking so good.
Some more.
Next 35 seconds. We
got to feed that 320 engine, huh?
Yeah.
We want to thank Dr. Wendy Jacobs.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. She hooked me up.
Came through, straightened up the guys so they can see some sacks and some big hits on Sunday.
Got to eat.
And last, before we go out, last 20 seconds, I know you guys can't get bulletin board stuff, but you are predicting victory. Of course you're predicting victory. You have to. If you don't, you're in the wrong
I'm going to put the work in. I'm working to win.
We're working to win. What happens on Sunday is just a product of how we work throughout the week. Capital Punishment at the Green Turtle. Check us out every Monday, 7 to 9. We here in Arlington. Peace.